I wanted to take this opportunity to explain something as I transferred this phone and microphone to everybody. Everyone that attended this 2-day meeting is going to be understanding two things: something that protects the kids and people, the responsibilities that the warriors do, and most of all, our children, the children that are assembled to, understand two different natures between freedom and the life that isn't theirs, which is colonialism. And I believe we brought that subject up yesterday about colonialism, how colonized minds work, and all that insultive behavior that affects Indian country. And as we're all gathered in circle here, we're gonna start this off with my nephew's son. He passed away here about a month and a half ago at the hands of Pennington County Police Department. And I still can't erase that understanding for why they killed him. They brutally murdered him in first degree. And whether the white people in South Dakota don't get it, hey, I get it, because you wanted to show your grip hold on indigenous people because of the, Grand Gateway protests and the filing of the lawsuit by Indian Collective and a number of different grievances that don't affect Indian country. And it didn't affect me, but they invited me to speak and I spoke and I did just that. But needless to say, we're gathered here at this youth gathering with the Warriors to talk about important matters that people need to hear from the audience, in particular that are here in Manderson, South Dakota. And we want to say a wopila tanka, a big thank you to Aunt Bernice Whitehawk and my sister Vinana for a job well done, giving us this 2-day event to assemble. Our grandkids, man, worked to put up the teepee. We got the teepee up. We got the AIM flag up. We got the Strong Heart flag. We got the children in attendance, their parents, and then we got a couple of French photographers that came from France to do a little understandings to help our people expose what's going on in Indian country. And so without any further delay, I'm going to turn the microphone and phone over to Bonnie's son, and I'm going to put the phone on the speaker so he can talk right through it. So here he is. I'll let him introduce himself. And thank you guys for allowing us to come on the show.
Archaeologist, and I've been very kindly invited tonight by Chanupa to this morning and did a very great talk at the Prairie Wind Casino about the question of the Black Hills. And we're here, in fact, to listen to Lakota people, to listen to what they have to say about the fight to keep their memory and to keep their culture, and we share this spirit of resistance with them, the French people. So for a long time we admire and love Native American and Lakota people. So this is the reason why we're here to share a bit of time with you, and we are very thankful for that. So wapila pila mai, as one says in Lakota.
Hello, my name is Frank. I'm a Frenchman coming from Paris, but I'm sorry I don't speak English. But I can say I'm very glad to be here with you.
Hello everybody, my name is Dwayne Martin Jr., aka Chanteo Hiti Kawichasha. I'm here with my father. This meeting he put on, Wupula Tonka to everybody that helped him. I'm here to listen, I'm here to teach my kids lessons, life lessons. I got a lot to learn. I still got a lot to learn too. Still want to get back into the traditional realm. and because I think it's time for me to turn it around, be a better person, uh, especially my name, Chanteo Hitika Uchasha. I have to live up to that name. And I want to thank everybody. Thanks, Bob. You want to say something?
You?
No.
You? Derek, come on.
No, thank you.
Jack, you want to say something? You better grab the microphone and introduce yourself.
Say your name. Say your name to the audience. What's your name?
What's your name?
Put,
Say your
yeah,
name.
say your name. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Say your name.
Say your name.
Hi, my name is Paradise. And my name is Jackie.
All right. Say your name.
My name is Alana.
All right.
I'm Patty Washday, Mitakiasan, Treasurer Imatiape. I'm from Mini Luhasan, Oshate Sekoe, and I'm here to support my Tiwahe. And I want to say Pilamiaye for listening and for the space today. I'm excited for these conversations. Thank you.
All right, Jabril, you guys all heard that, right? You heard that introduction from the circle? Okay, so I'm going to throw you guys back on the line to ask the gathering, man, what kind of questions you guys want to see about them, producing what they need to do, and then how we warriors are going to give them a responsibility of great nature. So I'm going to open it up for questions from you guys.
All right. Okay. I want to ask the children of the circle, how many children there uh, are in touch with their, the grandparents? They know the value of learning the value of the grandparents. Can anybody share anything with us about the value of your grandparents? What they mean?
You go first. Treasure, maybe? You want to go first? Go.
I'm gonna do my best, Jeff, here, and I believe that grandparents are important because they are our tradition keepers and our language keepers, and they pass down the stories to us. And without them, we wouldn't know our roots or our ways. Yame.
We have another one. Hold on.
Yeah, my great grandmother, her name was Cecilia Martin. She taught me a lot of things. This is Chanteo Hitika Vichasha, and the things she's taught are life lessons. She taught me how to garden, how to sow, how to create life. So yeah, I think it's important for us warriors and uncles, aunties, and whoever to teach the youth, the values, the traditional, the language, everything from being a warrior or. But anyways, that's all I got.
I unfortunately had no connection to my grandparents. I'm looking forward to listening to elders as much as I can at this point in my life.
Okay. Great answers. This is Chanupa. Really going to step in heavy if you guys don't mind. Our teachings give us the ability to serve our children. I was a child. I was raised a bastard because the white ranchers on this reservation took my dad. So raising my children in a form of a fatherhood was always the key complexity to give them that, hey, they got a dad they can depend on that can defend them, which I still do today. And so as they become adults and, adolescents, some of them are finally getting up there in age, I could finally take a step back and pay attention to some of my grandkids, which need, the important values from what grandparents do. So my son, on the other hand, picked up on it what his grandmother gave him. And however she gave it to him, I'm honored that he knew her. I'm honored that he was there to serve her because I was there with him to serve them both. And as parents, that's one of the things we forget to do is take care of our elders, yet alone our mothers. And so today, in the year 2022, I go back to this fashion. Mitaki ipi, woyuk chankile otechike api, okay? And this is why I say that. Aunt Bernice asked me to put this meeting on for her kids and the kids to come, which, they assembled today. And thanks to my two French brothers that came from a great distance from France, they had the opportunity to participate with putting up the flags and witness, go and get the kids and bring them to the gathering. And then this second day that we're going to have on this gathering is really going to get very critical and crucial because at the same time, what demonstrates the gathering today, the questions were asked about what type of traditional kinships our elders might have taught us. So, from my son's perspective, I will say this. I will say this, excuse me. From my son's perspective, my grandpa once told me, and he said this. He said, if we were ever to be removed from the reservation, son, the reservation is going to be difficult and it's going to be an empty piece of work that we never done to it. What did he entail? Well, he entailed that the reservation's land has never been tilled. They were, certain people in different communities raising gardens, chickens, different other lifestyle. But in reality, what was Grandpa saying? He was saying that if we ever lost this reservation, we cease to be no more. And that was what he meant by the Lakota people. So regardless if we have people out there claiming a piece of land in our sacred Black Hills, people talking about, the avenues of what the Black Hills was, how it's meant, and what type of living organ it is to the native people, especially the Lakota people. The Black Hills is a spiritual and territorial burial ground for everyone, from the Cheyenne to the Arapaho and Lakota. Today we don't see it in that fashion because of how Western culture, meaning white people, they always endeavor to persevere the behavior of what civilized and modern man has accomplished. It's sad that here's a majority of my people in the circle using his fucking language, and don't get offended if I say that on your show, because I'm getting so tired of my people following the path of a white man, but they can't follow their own. And the great mastery gave you a path. And lateral thinking, Chanku wa kankile chante ogna he oyate tapi. Chawo wa kan headchucks. Okay? I don't want to break it down for you guys because I think you already know how Chanupa talks. But the sacred red world is really yours. All you got to do is get back on it. You've been following that white man road, and it's white, and where has it gotten you? It has gotten you nowhere. The deplete of your language, the deplete of your culture, your upbringing from the depletion of being born, knowing your mom, your aunt, your grandma, your sister, your cousins. All of this is family. And when you're on that white road, you forget them. You forget to exist. This is the terminology that I figured I'd say to help the people in the circle, because I did want to get a chance to get a hold of Mario Gonzalez to speak on this issue about why the Black Hills meeting that they had at the Prairie Winds Casino was orchestrated. And each one of these little ones that gave their name, and they're blessed to attend because I seen these little girls in my own eyes playing together, asking each other questions, and I seen the happiness that they still carry. And yet we fucking adults can't do that. We don't know how to be happy. We have a shield of armor that we put up all the time because we don't want to be ridiculed or we don't want to face a discrepancy that's really ours, and it's called love. That's how life works. And these kids were demonstrating that today. Hell of an honor for me. I loved it. I liked the way they were getting along. And children are known for that. But in Western culture, they're not. Why? And this is the part I will say, and then I'm going to try to get a hold of the attorney and give the mic to somebody if they want to share something, how they feel, where this direction of this gathering is going to take us. Um, Children were stripped from their parents at the age of 6 or 7, okay? And when they were stripped from their parents, they were placed in daycare centers and preschools and Head Starts and kindergarten and the education system. And to this day, the bond between the children and mom no longer exists, just like the children being connected to their father. That no longer exists. And the most critical thing in white America that children face, okay? And this is for the kids, listening audience. The kids are still telling we big adults, we adolescents and older people to get our heads out of the behind and start looking to them for the answer. The children are the only ones that can assemble in love. They still stick together. Children, man. And here we adults, we can't even do that. Sad but true. So when you remove children at the age capacity and you place them in parochial teachings through education system, which is school, you will see that the children from the age capacity of 5 to 7 years old, from 7 to 10, from 10 to 13, from 13 to 15, from 15 to 19, they all cannot learn the basic human relationship with each other, and it's our fault for what the kids demonstrated today at this youth gathering with the warriors. They demonstrate that they still can communicate and assemble with the love that they have for each other. That's the innocent piece that we two-legged adults can't look at because we have an egotistic behavior. And if this offends you listening audience, hey, I live it here on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation and in the state of South Dakota and in America. I live in this shit and it stinks. I say that because I want my people in the listening audience to really see what the children really want. They're shy, they're bashful, that's a norm. But they grow out of it too. And one of the greatest things that happened with my French brothers that were here, when we set up the camp to get it all ready, 2 deer ran by. A doe and then a young buck who had velvet on his hair. They ran through the woods. And just tonight, this evening, as we assembled again, the circle, a water bird flew by. It might have been a hooting crane, or it might have been a blue heron. We'll never know. But he flew by because I'm giving these guys truthful messages and words of honor because of the life that I experienced and the life that I'm still living in. And so with that, I'm going to turn the microphone to somebody else to get, their avenue going and to give you an update on what they're trying to perceive from the gathering for the next day and a half. And then I'm going to get this attorney on to see if we can give you an update of why he knows that the Black Hills ain't for sale, which everybody's been criticizing him on. And his name's Mario Gonzalez. So I'm going to get him on the phone and he can give you guys an update. But in the meantime, if one of you in the circle want to share something, a thought process that you have in your heart, go ahead. I'm going to give you this mic. Anyone got their hand raised up? Someone? Okay. All right, I'm going to get Mario on the phone for you guys.
What is it?
You share your thoughts about children.
Children taken kidnappers. So then they get left, and then they get kidnapped. That's all I have to say.
Good job. Good job.
Man, brilliant.
Good job.
You like that, huh, guys? Anyone else? Anyone kids want to share somebody? One of you adults? One of you brothers from France? You want to share
Good
something?
job.
Huh? Anyone? You want to talk?
Good job.
Derek, you want to talk? Anyone? You? Here. All right, Charlie. Here we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Okay, Jabra. That's Charlie Water. Minute. All the way out there. I just want to say a 2-cent word here about our Black Hills in South Dakota. And I want to speak it in our language, the Lakota language. I stand with my brother here, Chanupa Glamani, and I will stand there and back him up all the way as long as I live to help our people, because nobody else is doing that. And I'm getting older too, and I don't know why this IRA government treating our people, the traditional people. A lot of people need help, but they never get help as the white man. Now I want to say about our seeker land in the Black Hills. I come from a great grandfather named Alkid. I'm a descendant of that. And on my mother's side, I come from 2 chiefs, Iron Chow, Chief Iron Chow, Chief Hollahornbear. And as I listen to people talk, it gets me angry about our land, our homeland on Indian country, the treaty territory. And some of the people want the money and they don't think right. What will happen to the children of the future? They're gonna cry, same as the adult people